What's up guys, Luke here, and today we will be doing a Let's Play, hopefully it'll last long enough to be that, a Let's Play of Worms Reloaded. This time, we are having a 4-team battle, 4 teams of 4, most of which are AI, with the obvious exception of my own team. So, just being very unprofessional and treating my recording equipment whilst I'm waiting. And that was a decent first move, although I'm not very happy with it, of course.
I hear a lot of things. Yes, Bob.
As you know, it's free. Teams are free. Looks like the AI has something in for me today.
Look at that.
That probably wasn't the smartest placement that worm could ever have done, because
No.
got lucky in the end, I think, as did I to some degree. If I bounced into the other flames, it would be all over for me. So, who will I be playing first?
10 seconds later, in the beginning,
Well,
there
that's
were
convenient, isn't it? Okay, so... And... Bang! Oh, I was going to say, how did you not land in the fire, but apparently you did. So, hopefully that fire will go out soon. Okay, so... Smart decision. And that's taken out fire, which is not good for me. Do a lot of damage to red cards as well, so this is not going well for me at first. Okay, so the league's next player will be Whistle, apparently. Hopefully he'll go for one of the blue team. Yep. That was a good move.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Yep, 32 damage. Probably have been better with a shotgun, but it did the job.
10 seconds
Okay, so
it wasn't a threat. It was just an order.
okay, what we can do is get some dynamite, if I can find. There it is.
Are you the Fed?
Let's get out of the way of it as well, as far away as I can get.
The motive was
Oh, it did do some damage. That mine exploded. 4 extra damage done.
in the box.
So I did do some damage to myself, but I did a decent amount of damage to Burger, so I'm reasonably happy with that move. Okay, that was the most pathetic jump I've ever seen.
Maybe this'll help.
Fortunately, he's restored health. Now, what's he going to do?
What do you want to know?
It was a good idea. Didn't work.
Looks like I hit the No!
You're not supposed to do that to your own worm, New Yorkers. Oh dear.
Here it comes.
Dropping the bunker buster on her. Oh no. Damn, I am in trouble here.
It was a score that needed to be settled. 10 seconds later, it wasn't a threat. It was just an order.
Okay, so we can take an airstrike, which might be a good idea here. I'm not sure.
It wasn't a threat. It was just an order.
I am going to drop a homing missile on Whistle.
Nobody thought he would pull the
Hopefully.
trigger.
Yep, that wasn't quite what I expected, but it did the job anyway.
Fell from the
So,
sky.
I have a kill.
What can I do you for?
Now then, what's he going to try and do? He'll try and jump up there.
The word on the street is grenade.
That was
No!
quite a silly move there, because the only damage it did was to Burger. Which is his own worm.
Yes, Bob.
Again. This should be an easy one for Scrum to do. Oh!
No! Ow! It was a score.
That probably wasn't the smartest thing I've ever seen, either. Not doing very well, this
10
AI.
seconds later, the action in the beginning.
Especially
There
when you
were
consider how bad my spawns have been. Okay, so let's drop a bunker buster. That's not a good idea, actually.
It was just an order.
Oh no. I'm gonna go and use a airstrike on there.
I wouldn't know anything about it.
Hopefully. Oh, good. Did do a fair bit of damage there.
He was a legend in the making.
Not quite enough, but it's done a fair bit. Scrum is in trouble next time I have air. And goodbye, what? What?
It was a personal vendetta.
What just happened there? I got saved by the mine.
Some news just
That's quite amusing and ironic.
Here it comes.
Okay, so what's the league going to try from here with red card?
We're in trouble.
A really stupid move.
The word on the street is
Or damage tackle, but do a lot of damage traffic, so might not be too stupid. Would have been better if the miners fallen, but
that's gonna cost you.
seen worse.
10 seconds later, in the beginning, there were worms.
So we can take out Burger without too much of a problem. No, that wasn't the key I meant to press. Right, so okay, let's just use the shotgun just to be safe. There we go, it's one hit.
Maybe I don't.
And that's the other.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
So that's another New Yorker worm out. And the other two are incredibly vulnerable to a napalm strike, which I will drop on them. Not sure what's happening here. Oh no. Well, bye bye Earth.
It was an attack.
You lived a lot longer than I expected, but alas, you're now dead. Okay, so that is hilariously terrible.
Oops, Al. 10 seconds
okay.
worms.
See. I'm going to use an Uzi as well.
It was the final nail in the coffin.
There we go. That's taken out that yellow worm. Not sure what the New Yorkers are going to try and do here. Actually, yes, I am. They're going to try and drop something on air. Please fail. Please fail. Yep. They failed. Ooh, it did some damage. Also made him slightly safer to my napalm strike plan. Which I may try and drop in here, actually. Depending on exactly what happens. That was a better shot.
Yes, Bob.
Go on. Good. That'll do.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
It's going to make my napalm strike a little less effective, but if I choose to use it. Okay. Might be... How do I change the angle of the shot then? Let's see. Direction plus fuse. Okay, so we do that. Aha! Right then. Let's just drop it here.
I wouldn't know anything about it. No!
Well, that's taken the traffic out at least. And it's hit tackle.
That's gonna cost you.
Cool. Well, wasn't
Sorry.
perfect, but it did at least kill one worm.
It fell from the sky.
Okay, so what's he going to try and do now? Probably something hilariously stupid.
Listen carefully, Copper.
Yep, that was completely pointless.
Some news just in. Yes, Bob. That's ridiculous, Bob.
That was also completely pointless and stupid. Why they did that, I do not know. Now,
10 seconds late. It wasn't a threat. It was just an order.
order. Right, okay, so if I can drop a homing missile... Hang on.
In the beginning,
Not a good idea.
worms.
Right, first we're going to jetpack out here. Okay, right, that was not quite as useful as I'd hoped, but whatever. Okay, first and foremost, we are going to shoot
There was
it.
only 15 seconds left.
And we're going to hope this does the job.
The motor was
It
revenge.
didn't quite do what I wanted it to. There wasn't quite enough room for him to fall into the lava. But I am leading. But anything can happen in a game of worms. And it usually does. Oh, that was a bad shot that didn't do anything.
Exothermic reactions. Here it comes.
Okay, so that was completely, utterly pointless.
No! Oh!
Oh no, that's so funny. How did you manage that utter stupidity, you fool? And that's the League committing suicide.
10 seconds later, it wasn't a threat. It was just an order.
Okay, so we've got Bunker Buster remaining, which I am just going to casually drop on tackle. Hopefully it will reach. There we go. Bang! 30 damage.
I'm just a commentator.
I'm just a commentator. So I have a reasonable lead at the moment, mostly because I have 100 health worm. So this should be a good chance for New Yorker to do something. It was. Ooh, I might not have much health left after that one. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. Damn it. So there goes air.
It was an attack that he would regret. It was the final farewell.
Fuck. Okay, so water is not safe. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to teleport. And we're going to teleport to, I'm going to say, let's see which is the best weapon to create. Teleport to. I'm going to say it's this one. What's that going to give me then? What? It didn't pick up the crates? Are you kidding me? They're going to do a teleport as well. And he's taking the crate. Are you kidding me? Wow. And now he's going to try and... Well... Oh man. That is so funny.
Oh no, Bob.
Okay, so...
10 seconds late in the beginning.
Right, so, let's see. We're going to get out of the way of that worm for starters. Okay. And we are going to shoot him with a shotgun. Right. Here we go. He's now dead.
My snitching days are over. I'm done.
Okay, now I'm never going to reach Pretzel.
There were worms.
Try and make sure I don't lose any health in the process of doing this. Okay, let's see if I can actually work out what I'm... I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
He had only 5 seconds. Nobody thought
Just shoot something randomly. Oh well, I got one kill.
What can I do you
I've got more health than Pretzel, and he can't do anything that will instantly kill me. That wasn't bad, but it was nowhere near me. Nice try, but no cigar. Now, let's see. Can I get a grenade in there? That was a petrol bomb. I think I'm going to... Yep, stick with a grenade. Additional grenade. Oh fuck, that was stupid. That did nothing. Oops. Casually prolonging this video for your entertainment. So you can laugh at me for being stupid. And you can laugh at the AI for being stupid as well. However, this time I should have a fairly clear shot.
Just when they thought he couldn't get any duller. 10 seconds later.
Okay, so...
There were worms. They thought it was an apple.
Oh, that's better. Oh no, it's just short. Oh no. Come on.
I ain't going down for no one.
Pretzel is unkillable, apparently. Okay, so
what do you want to know?
That was hilarious. Okay, so...
Just when they thought it in the beginning, there were worms.
I'm tempted to end this with something silly like a sheep. Okay. Let's see. What happens if I do this?
He was certain it was the right move.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, not this way. Oh, see, it's not going to work. Oh, come on. I wanted to end it with a sheep.
I don't know about that. You're wasting your time.
Look at this just hole in the map.
There's enough for a...
Well, it did some damage.
It was a that he would regret. 10 seconds.
Don't want to end it with a boring move. Okay, fine. We're going to try.
The motive.
Yes, we're going to end it with a longbow.
My snitching days are over. I'm done.
Woo! So, I suppose that concludes this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, please comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Sorry that I dragged out the ending a lot. I didn't do it deliberately, I just failed badly. I hope to see you here in the very near future. This is Luke, signing off and wishing you a good day.